Okay, so this is Andrew Wissick on September 14th, 2020. Today, it's the anniversary of Napoleon trying to invade Russia in the winter. It wasn't a good idea for Napoleon, and fortunately for humanity's sake, Hitler tried to do the same thing. He hadn't read history. He tried to do the same thing, and fortunately, it was a big part of us, the good people end up winning World War II. So I just throw that out there to start out. So today, what I'm going to talk about, I'm going to change gears, and this is what I'm going to focus on. Today, what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about the effectiveness of wearing a mask and why it cuts down substantially on the spread of COVID-19. So one of the places in my hypothesis, I see a lot of people, the largest percentage of people I see not wearing masks tend to be in gas stations. Okay. And a lot of the rationale for that is a lot of people go through and they think, oh, well, I'm just going through quickly, it doesn't matter, or there's no one near me, it doesn't matter. That's when you get COVID, and that's when it's a critical window. Okay. Because here's the thing. Right here, I have some Bounce, I have something like that. And I also have this generic brand Lysol disinfectant spray. And this right here, it allows you to, this shows the effects of what happens when someone sneezes. If someone sneezes, it's like that, And when you sneeze, here's the deal. You may have no one around you, okay? You might not have anyone around you when you sneeze, but here's the deal. You may have only saw that initial discharge from that can or that bottle, but the key thing is this. Those droplet particles still stay airborne for anywhere from 6 to 9 minutes. You err on the side of caution. You want to you think 9, So a lot of times what will happen is someone will do a sneeze or a cough, okay, if they're not wearing a mask. And if they do a sneeze or a cough or they're not wearing a mask, the discharge goes out like that, okay? Now, here's the key thing. A lot of people will walk into a gas station and they'll think, okay, well, there's no one around. It's okay. I don't have to wear a mask. But here's the thing. If you walk in that 6 to 9 minute window, okay, you're going to inhale. If you take a deep breath, especially when you go through there and you don't have a mask on, the chance of you getting COVID-19 is going to go up substantially when you're doing that, okay? So that's the big thing. So now if I'm coming through and I'm wearing a mask, if someone doesn't have one and I'm wearing one and I'm wearing it, I come through and I'm like this, I've got this right here. I've got this cool American flag mask, kind of a nice little American colonial montage. So I come through here and I'm like this, when I'm passing through and there's still that window of those droplet particles coming in, I don't need, when that happens, it's not 100% that I'm not going to breathe it in, but the chances are going to go down significantly. It's going to go down significantly as to whether I have to wear a mask or not. There's nothing that I need, I've got this now, so the chances of me getting COVID-19 are going down substantially, okay? So that's the biggest thing. Now, also, to demonstrate the effectiveness of a mask, if someone has COVID and they don't know it, they're asymptomatic and they sneeze, here's the deal. Notice, and here's my cool Marvel mask. I've also got a Tar Heel mask. Everyone has a tribe. It's neat. It's cool. I like it. You can get all different teams, but I'll use the Marvel one for my science thing here, and then I can put it in the washing machine afterwards, okay? I've got this thing. Notice when I spray, you saw all that, okay? With the mask, nothing. I sneezed into the mask. Now the droplet particles, some may get out of this here, but it's not going to be on that level. You're not going to see it, and the chances of it going around are going to go down substantially. The percentage I understand is that if 2 people are wearing a mask and one sneezes, the chance of that person catching COVID is going to go down by 90% if both people are wearing masks, okay? So that's one of the things you can see. Now, another thing and another deal is this. If people at hospitals typically are dealing with patients, sometimes you have to do anesthesia or something like that, or sometimes if a person's coughing uncontrollably that has COVID and they're having to treat it and help get it out, You know, it's going to be a constant spray, almost like that. That's what their mouth is going to be doing. You know, if they're spitting or doing that, that's what's going to happen. So when those people are doing that and you're giving, and you see, and that's what's happening, and you're giving someone who's got COVID or potentially spitting a lot that you don't know whether they're COVID positive or COVID negative, that's when you see people wearing those, you know, those PAPRs, you know, the purified air things that look like, you know, you're wearing like a spacesuit, because you're around someone that's spitting a lot, they're spitting a lot, and it's around you, and it's staying airborne constantly. So until you get out of that room, that's not, you know, you've got to have that PAPR on. But if I'm just walking in a gas station and I've got a mask on in that gas station and someone sneezes, you know, and someone may have done something dumb, maybe they're not wearing a mask, maybe they have that misconception, whatever. If I walk through, you know, and someone sneeze and I have that, the chance, with no mask on, but I have one, the chance of me getting that is going down substantially. The chance of me likely getting COVID is going to go down substantially. And as far as percentages and safety, you know, think of it this way. You know, you go out on the road, you know, in your car, you know, you wear a seatbelt. You know, the seatbelt, you know, there's no 100% guarantee that if you get into an accident, into a car accident, you know, depending on the severity of the car accident, there's no 100% guarantee that that seatbelt is going to save your life. But with that being said, it's more likely, you know, you're more likely to die if you're not wearing that seatbelt, you know. So you want to have that safety net. You know, you want to have that safety net when you're driving in a car. You want to have that safety net when you're out in public. You know, you don't want someone just doing a bunch of coughing and then saying, oh, it's my allergies, when maybe they're asymptomatic and they have COVID. You know, they do that, you know, they do that for a couple minutes, then they leave out. Then 5 minutes later, that person's gone. I think, okay, God, I really got to use the bathroom. I'm going into this, you know, restaurant, you know, I'm going to the restroom, the bathroom, and I walk through and I breathe in, you know, with no mask on. I'm almost guaranteeing myself, you know, getting COVID if that person sneezes, you know, and that's not a risk that certainly I want to take, you know. Now I can wear a mask in here, you know, because, you know, this video is almost at the 8-minute mark. And I started the video before the 8-minute mark. No one else has been in here except me. You know, the dogs are way back there, but no other people are in here except for me. Nobody. There's no sneezing, nothing going on. So that's just a little demonstration, and how the difference of if everyone wears a mask outside, you know, then in public places around people you don't know, you know, or even around people that you do know, whatever, that is going to cut down on things substantially. The number of COVID cases are going to go down, okay? You know, you can look at the charts, you can look at the statistics, and, you know, I'm almost certain that it'll back me up. You know, I'd be willing to bet the farm on it. You know, I would be. That's how confident I am. So, you know, coming to you, you know, giving you some information, you know, scientists, you know, the scientific community generally, you know, we're going to do what's in your best interest you know, we're going to do what we know best at the time. You know, we're going to help you the best we know with the information we have at the time. You know, if that information improves, you know, we're going to give you that better information. You know, that's what's going to happen. We're going to give you that better information at the time. A prime example is, you know, during the Civil War, you know, there was a 1 in 15 chance that a soldier went into battle and could get shot and die, okay? But there was a 1 in 5 chance that soldier goes into battle, gets shot, and dies from an infection. A lot of times you get shot in the arm, and you could die from the gangrene, okay? A lot of times that 1 in 5 chance, 1 in 5 soldiers in the Civil War died because they got shot and died from gangrene. The best way at that time, from 1861 to 1865, was to prevent the spread of gangrene was you amputated the limb. They took a log cutter to the skin, a hacksaw to the bone, and they got it off. you didn't have a limb, but a lot of people were able to survive because they amputated the arm. That was the best information they had at the time. You know, Simmelweis came up with hand washing later, and at that same time in 1864, you know, Louis Pasteur had pasteurization. You know, he was coming up with those procedures and stuff like that. Now, you know, simple things that we take, you know, like hand washing, we have a tendency to take it for granted, but now it's something also that saves lives. You know, germs, period. You know, I got some antibacterial soap here. You see this right here. This is what I do, okay? So I've got plenty of soap here. I get a decent amount. Put it on my hands. And this is what I do. Get some warm water on. I scrub up. I sing happy birthday twice to myself. Happy birthday to you. Maybe I get a little more on here. A little bit of a lather. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andrew. Happy birthday to you. To you. To you. Dear Andrew, happy birthday to you. It's not my birthday today, but, you know, relive the good days. Now I'm all finished. I can do that, okay? So just doing that, wearing a mask, you do those two things, you know, you're going to cut down on your chance of getting COVID-19 substantially. Substantially. Use a safety net. We got it, you know. We know the safety nets. We know how to cut down on it. Do it, okay? Swallow your pride on certain things. Trust me, I've had to do it too. For people who think that masks don't work, trust me, I've had to swallow my pride substantially on stuff before that I wasn't right about, okay? I'm here to help you. We're here to help you, okay? Don't be too proud, all right? We're here to help. That's how you cut down on the spread of COVID-19, okay? Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.